Hey, good morning. How are you, Michael?
Well, I'm excited. This is, to me, a terrific, pure Michigan tradition to have this boat race that starts on Saturday morning. Just lay it all out for us, for the uneducated. When does it start? I know it finishes at very different times, but what makes this year special?
Well, it starts this Saturday. The entire fleet of boats, about 250, have gathered at the Black River in Port Huron, and they'll start heading out to the southern end of Lake Huron early Saturday morning, 8:30, 9 o'clock, to head out for a start. Our first start is at 11:30 in the morning, and we have, I think, 14 starts. Our last one is at 1:40 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the boats set off in various sized boats set off in classes or groups, and they sail up to Mackinac Island and probably finishing sometime around Monday. As far as what's new, go ahead.
No,
Go
please.
ahead.
Yeah, you are 100 years old now or more, right?
Yeah, that's what's really special for us this year is Bayview Yacht Club is celebrating its centennial anniversary this year, founded back in 1915 on what is now tax day, April 15th.
Launch day, I guess, for a lot of people that day, too, huh?
Yeah. Right.
Bell's is a big sponsor, as I understand it, of the race, and we talked with Chris Shepler a little earlier, who has sailed in America's Cup races. Now, of course, he's with Shepler Ferries there, but and even though Bell's is a sponsor, this is not the kind of take a couple of cases of beer and go sailing event. This is serious stuff, right?
Absolutely. I mean, and Bell's is a great partner for our event. Really beer and drinking beer and being on the lake or being on the shore or going sailing, it fits very well together. But as far as the racing goes, I think it's really more about the sailors themselves are very focused on doing everything they can to get up to the island fast and first, and certainly they're not drinking during the race. But we do have a great time when we get up to Mackinac Island, and Bell sponsors a great party for us up at the Grand Hotel when we get there.
And we will have live reports from the Pink Pony on Monday morning, when by then certainly WindQuest and some of the other boats will have made it in.
Yeah, you bet. I would expect a boat like WindQuest, and there are a handful of other boats that are very quick, will make it Sunday, should make it Sunday. The bulk of the fleet, again, 250 boats, and they come in all shapes and sizes, from WindQuest, the largest boat in the fleet at 86 feet, down to a boat like Vapor Trail, which is a boat just 24 feet long, and again, every speed in between. So the finishes are staggered out over from Sunday and probably till the evening hours on Monday.
I can't imagine taking a 24-foot sailboat out into Lake Huron, and those are some very brave people, wouldn't you say?
Well, brave, you could say that. Certainly confident, definitely prepared is most important to us. Safety is a big part of us. Anytime you go offshore, you want to make sure you're prepared for what you might face out there. And so there's, of course, we have a lengthy list of requirements and recommendations for safety equipment that you should have on board, and how your boat should be outfitted and able to take a knockdown, that type of thing, and take big waves, that type of thing. So, a 24-foot boat can work just fine if properly prepared and equipped.
You have, like you said, 250 yachts, and there are two courses. One's longer than the other.
Yeah, that's right. And, we have two courses, yes. The Cove Island course, which is a course that we have run off and on. I think we first ran it back in the 30s, I think maybe one or two times, but really was adopted as our primary race course in the early 70s, I think 1971. And then, in the late 90s, the buoy that we used to round out there off of the tip of the Bruce Peninsula near Cove Island in Ontario, Canada, was removed. The Canadian government decided that, budget reductions or whatever, they weren't going to maintain the buoy. And so from that point on, we we've tried a number of different courses, but I think we just decided that it's the best course, and years ago now have purchased a buoy, actually had it donated by one of our members, and we maintain the buoy for the race. So we actually go out and place it there and retrieve it a few days later. And then we also have, I'm sorry?
That's interesting. 259 nautical miles for the Cove Island course. Those closer to shore, 204 miles. Which is more prestigious to win, the Cove Island because it's longer?
Well, I mean, certainly that's one way to measure it. We like, I actually say that, what's great about the Cove Island course? Well, I think what's great about it is that it's longer. It means more time spent with your friends, more time sailing and challenging yourself. So, yeah, but there's more to it than just the length. There's added complexity that goes with the way the course is laid out on the lake. There's a lot of, races within the race. There's the race to Cove Island. There's a race across the top of the lake from Cove Island to the Duck Islands, and then from there to Bois Blanc Island, which is west of Mackinac, and then from there to the finish. The short course is our original course or a traditional course. It just starts near Port Huron, and you just go directly to Mackinac Island, and usually hugging the shoreline, the eastern shoreline of the Lower Peninsula to get there.
Would those boats be visible, for instance, from if you were in Tawas? Would you be able to see sailboats going by?
You might. If you're out at the right time, we have all the boats have GPS trackers on them. You can log on to the Bell's Brewery website and go to and
watch them virtually. I hope the weather is terrific and